Man, this whole XRP thing, it's a crazy story. So picture this, it's 2012. A company called Ripple Labs comes out with this digital asset, XRP. It's not Bitcoin, it's something different. They had this grand vision, They wanted to shake up the entire world of money. Think about how slow and expensive it can be to send money overseas. Ripple said, "We can do better." They designed XRP to be super fast and super cheap for these international payments. It's wild to think about how old systems still operate. And these guys were trying to build a digital highway for cash. Their main goal? To be a new kind of backbone for banks and financial institutions. Imagine trying to send money from, say, the US to Japan. It can take days, and the fees are nuts. Ripple and XRP were designed to cut through all that red tape. They wanted to make these transactions happen in seconds, not days, and for a fraction of the cost. This wasn't just about creating another cryptocurrency. It was about solving a real-world problem. A big, clunky, expensive problem that affects everyone who needs to move money across borders. It's a massive ambition, trying to take on giants like Swift. But then, folks, the drama hit. Hard. In December 2020, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, dropped a bombshell. They filed a lawsuit against Ripple. They basically said, "Hey, we think XRP is a security, and you guys didn't register it properly." This was a huge deal. It threw a massive wrench in the works for Ripple, and for anyone holding XRP. Suddenly, this innovative payment solution was facing an existential threat from one of the most powerful financial regulators in the world. The crypto world was watching, man. That lawsuit, it sent shockwaves. The price of XRP, it took a serious beating. People panicked. Exchanges started delisting XRP in the US. It was a period of massive uncertainty. Was XRP dead in the water? Was Ripple going to get crushed by the SEC? This wasn't just some online forum argument. This was a high-stakes legal battle with billions of dollars on the line. The future of XRP, and maybe even a big chunk of the crypto industry, felt like it was hanging in the balance. It's like being in a title fight and you just got knocked down in the first round. So let's talk about the price of this thing. XRP has been on a wild roller coaster, even before the SEC came knocking. Back in the 2017 crypto bull run, XRP went absolutely ballistic. We're talking an 1,820% price surge. It hit an all-time high of around $3.84, depending on which chart you look at. People who got in early were feeling like geniuses. But then, as often happens in these crazy markets, it came crashing down, a 93% drop. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. It shows you how volatile this space can be. One minute you're on top of the world, the next you're wondering what hit you. Then came that SEC lawsuit in December 2020. Talk about a gut punch. The price of XRP tanked. It was trading around 20 cents. 20 cents? Down from over $3. That's a massive hit. The uncertainty was just brutal. Everyone was trying to figure out what this meant. Was XRP going to zero? Were the Ripple guys going to jail? It was a dark time for XRP holders, no doubt about it. The fear in the market was palpable. You could almost taste it. It's like your favorite fighter getting a career-threatening injury. But Ripple didn't just roll over and die. They decided to fight back. And you know what? They started landing some serious legal haymakers. In July 2023, a judge handed them a partial victory. The court ruled that Ripple selling XRP to retail investors on exchanges did violate securities laws. That was huge. The crypto community was buzzing. Then they got more wins. The SEC tried to appeal but got blocked. And then the SEC even dismissed its case against Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, and its executive chairman, Chris Larsen. That's like dodging a massive bullet. Off the back of this legal momentum, the price started to show signs of life again. By late 2024, things were looking more optimistic. In November 2024, XRP actually hit $1.12. That's a significant jump from those dark days of 20 cents. Analysts started pointing to bullish signals. Some technical chart wizards, like this guy Dark Defender, noted that XRP broke a multi-year resistance line. When that happens, it can mean the price is ready to take off. It's like the engine is finally revving up after being stuck in the mud for so long. People started getting excited again. So, where does XRP go from here? That's the big question everyone's asking, right? We're sitting here in May 2025 and the price is around $2.40. Not bad, considering everything it's been through. But people are looking further out, towards 2030. And man, the predictions are all over the map. It's like trying to predict the weather in 5 years. Some people think it's going to the moon, others are more cautious. It's a fascinating debate, and there are some smart people on both sides. You've got analysts like Crypto who are super bullish. This dude is forecasting a potential 718% rally. He's talking about XRP hitting $27. That would be insane. His initial target is $9.70, but he sees it going much higher if it can break through some key resistance levels. Then there's Chad Steingraber, a big XRP advocate. He thinks XRP could see a 100-fold increase, maybe hitting $100 per token in the not-too-distant future. He points to its past performance, even with all the legal drama, as a reason to be optimistic. That's some serious conviction. But let's pump the brakes for a second. If XRP hits $100, do you know what that means for its market cap? We're talking $5.8 trillion. That's more than Apple and Microsoft combined. That's a mind-boggling amount of money. For that to happen, the demand for XRP would have to be absolutely astronomical. We're talking about it being used everywhere, by everyone. Even a price of $27 would put its market cap at over $1.5 trillion. These numbers are huge, and it's important to keep that perspective. It's not just about wishful thinking. The fundamentals have to support it. Then you have more moderate outlooks. Forbes, for example, laid out a few scenarios for XRP by 2030. Their bull case, if regulations are favorable and adoption is widespread, is $10 to $15. That's still a fantastic return. Their moderate case, with steady growth, is $5 to $10. And their bear case, if adoption is slow and regulations are tough, is $1 to $4. So even the more conservative estimates see potential, but it really hinges on a lot of ifs. It's a complex puzzle with a lot of moving parts. So what are these big ifs that everyone keeps talking about? Well, number one, without a doubt, is the whole regulatory situation. That SEC lawsuit needs to be completely in the rearview mirror. We need clarity, not just for Ripple, but for the entire crypto space. Right now, it feels like the Wild West sometimes. Clear rules of the road would be a massive boost. Businesses and investors need to know where they stand. That uncertainty is a killer for mainstream adoption. It's like trying to build a house on shaky ground. Next up is adoption. This is crucial. XRP was designed for cross-border payments. So, will banks, payment providers, and big financial institutions actually start using it on a large scale? That's the dream for Ripple. If they can get significant adoption, if XRP becomes a go-to solution for moving money internationally, then the sky's the limit. But if it remains a niche player, or if competitors outmaneuver them, then it's a different story. The utility has to be there, and people have to use it. That's the bottom line. And you can't ignore the broader market. The crypto world is interconnected. If Bitcoin is soaring, it tends to lift all boats. If there's a general crypto winter, everything suffers. Market sentiment plays a huge role. Then there's talk of a potential XRP ETF, an exchange-traded fund. If that happens, it could open the floodgates for institutional money to pour into XRP. That would be a massive catalyst. We've seen what Bitcoin ETFs have done. Imagine that for XRP. It would make it so much easier for big players to get involved. So look, investing in XRP, like any crypto, is not for the faint of heart. It's volatile, it's risky. The price can swing wildly based on news, rumors, or just general market madness. But the potential upside, if things go right, is also significant. That's the trade-off. Experts like Grzegorz Drozdz and Himanshu Maradia all stress that things like legal outcomes, adoption rates, and market sentiment are critical. You gotta do your own research, man. Don't just listen to some podcast host. Think for yourself. This is your money. It's an exciting space, but you need to be smart about it.